What's up, people? It's your boy Jatwan. I'm here today in Kerbal Space Program. Now, what you're seeing here, I have dubbed the Flying Cigar. But this design actually has the launch tubes for my satellites. I actually use these instead of any bays because I can, one, launch 2 satellites from it, and 2, it stays protected. Because I always throw a heat shield on the front here, detach them because the heat shield's only, what, 300 units of 300 credits, whatever you want to call it. 300 credits, alright. And I can just pop it off, and then I have my tube ready to launch, kind of like a tow missile, so it is ready to go at any given time. So I'm going to show you why I'm using this craft, is because it actually has wings inside these fuselages, and I actually have stored some RTGs in this one as well. And so in here is not only the wing, but the elevon is also stored in there, and that gives me an amazing amount of control of this aircraft. Now, the previous aircraft that I was flying, sure, they had plenty of control. As you can see, I have the actual rocket version of this over there. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what was that? What was that? I don't know. The rocket version's over there on the launch pad. But this aircraft has this amazing ability for its yaw. It can actually yaw completely over. And it really maintains its stability in the air while yawing completely over. Which is absolutely amazing for this aircraft that looks like this. With the wings tucked inside and only using 1 wing per fuselage, we get some weird funky effects that we can do on here really quickly. Coming back, there you go, and let's drop down our speed, flying right past the flag. Whoa! Alright, so what we need to do is go ahead, and as you can see, we have a really good amount of stability. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this bird on around and try to land. Ooh. See if I can yaw it enough over. I'm terrible at yawing to the left and maintaining control. I'm a lot better at yawing to the right and maintaining control. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna pull this stick completely over, yaw it over a bit more, kill throttle. Alright, here we go. We're gonna throttle up a little bit here. Throttle up a little bit here. Whoa! Oh! Brakes, please! Woo! So there you go. That, and the aircraft handles it really well. I'm surprised at how well this aircraft can handle that. With that much yaw, it makes it a prime candidate for landers. And with all of the wheels you see on here, and all these have steering on there, gives me a lot of ability to get in the right spot and then to maneuver out of a really bad situation. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this crazy aircraft and take this one, launch some satellites into orbit, and then, well, hopefully bring it back in and land it for a successful mission. So let's give it a shot, see what happens. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this bird into the air, and well, we're going to launch our 2 satellites. Our 2 satellites are going to go out there somewhere. I'm just going to put them out into an orbit. I have plenty of satellites out there right now, so I don't know what I'd be using them for. Maybe I can end up sending them to Minmus. I'm not sure right now because, like I said, I have a ton of satellites because I've been playing with the comms network a lot, and I really don't need another satellite out there cluttering up all my space that I have. So we're just going to send these out for a quick jaunt and see how it goes. Alright, so let's easily ease ourselves into this turn. Ease ourselves. Last time I messed it all up because I kept turning it and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I screwed up everything. And the Kerbals laughed at me, and I felt like a jackass. Right now, we're doing pretty good, though. Let's get rid of these. Little rubbin's racing. Alright. God, I really wish I had Kerbal Engineer Redux right now. I really wish I had Kerbal Engineer Redux. I like to see my stats here, but I'm pretty sure we're up high enough. Yeah, that's 110. And you see, I don't like the fact that I have to switch to my map view in order to fly like this, because I really want to see my apoapsis and my periapsis right here in front of me. That is super useful, and the fact that I don't have that really is frustrating. Alright, let's go ahead and kill that. 120 looks good to me. And we're going to go ahead and I can kick on my RCS now. Get myself going prograde. Plenty of time. Okay, so 10 seconds out, I'm going to fire my boosters and we're going to hopefully make our orbit. Actually, I'm going to go 15 seconds out, because that's going to make me feel a little better. I don't like being in this map view. I want to see my aircraft when I'm flying. This hurts my soul. That's why I don't like doing it. This is another reason I don't go to space very often, is because I want to see my aircraft when I'm flying it. Either I'm in the cockpit or I'm flying it, you know? I want to see it. Don't take that fun away from me, because I spend all my time designing this thing. Don't take that away from me. Don't take that away from me. Okay. Anyhow, I'm yammering and messing up my orbit, but that's okay. We have plenty of fuel to make this orbit, and I think it's gonna go well. All right. So let me go ahead and do my little. That's good to me. 124, 122. All right. So here's where we're gonna actually go here and launch. Woo! We have just enough fuel for that maneuver. That was interesting. Alright, get out of here, little scamp. Alright, let's turn some lights on. It's dark. Alright, so here's our craft, and now we need to actually get rid of these heat shields. Foomp, foomp. I normally ditch those behind me, so that was really stupid of me. Alright, they're safely going away. So now I have my tubes here. It's a series of tubes, like the internet. Alright, so we're going to fire off one of our satellites and then engage our thrusters, get a bit further out, and fire off another of our satellites, and then that's going to be it. Alright, so let's stabilize ourselves some RCS. I want to make sure we're nice and stable, because if we're not nice and stable, then our our solar panels are going to gently tap our tube, and if our solar panels gently tap our tube, then our solar panels will gently explode into a billion pieces, flying everywhere, making shrapnel, killing every Kerbal down on Kerbin, because solar panels are made out of, I don't know, paper mache that's coupled with razors that will kill every Kerbal known to mankind. That's what it feels like. Alright. No, not you. You. Thank you. Alright, here we go. Nice, gentle. Coming on out. Coming on out. Coming on out. Just gotta be nice and patient. Gotta be nice and patient. You need to clear. We have the first one cleared, second one cleared. Alright. It looks like a shell, but it's actually our first satellite. Alright. And this one actually has fuel, so it can go places. And I actually put RCS on here and no nozzles because go me. Go me. Yes. Go me. Oh, the fail is great in this one. All right. Bye. All right, so we're going to go back to our main craft. And there goes our first satellite into orbit. Make sure its engines are dead. Okay, engines are done. All right, so let's go prograde and let's extend out our orbit and fire off our second one. All right, so nice and gentle once again. Decouple. And you have to be really careful because if you're not, this thing in a heartbeat will destroy itself. All right, there it goes. It's even easier firing it retrograde. It's like a slow motion missile coming out. Nice. Very nice. Alright, so now we are left with two tubes that are fairly harmless. And it should not affect our flight at all. Alright, so let's go ahead and screenshot this son of a gun, because that looks all sorts of awesome. Yes, I did it even. Okay, extend, extend, and extend. Alright, so now we have two additionals in orbit. Let's get back to our main craft here. And we're already going to go retrograde. So let's go ahead and get away from here. And I'm going to see if I can come down anywhere near the space center. Okay, so here's somewhere over the rainbow. So I don't want to land in the dark, so I'm not going to, and I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for somewhere over the rainbow to visit the sunlight again. I'll be back sitting here angrily staring at the screen. Wow, I messed that up hard. Alright, so let's go ahead and push ourselves back out prograde, because that was just absolutely terrible. Nice job. Nice job indeed. Give ourselves plenty of room to make our maneuver. Okay, so we should be good there. I'll be in the atmosphere. Let's go ahead and prograde. We're already prograde. Let's ditch these. Did we do it? There we go. Okay. We actually had a ton of fuel left in those. That was pretty nice. And we have a ton of fuel still left here. Alright, so here we go. Now this one, I thought, you know what? I'm sitting here like, where's my air intake? I thought I had an air intake. I do have an air intake. A really big one right there on the front. There, genius guy. Oh, jeez. Alright, so I don't have much monoprop, so I'm going to turn that off. And we're going to come on in hot and heavy. Jeez, what was all that about? Alright, anyhow. These are probably going to explode. I can tell you that right now. These decouplers are probably going to pop. But that's okay. I don't care about those. As long as they don't shred off my my two tail yaw control surfaces, elevons, I'll be fine. I will hopefully be fine. God, I hope it doesn't happen like that. That would be a terrible way to go and not have any control left. Let's take a look at what Jeb's seeing here. Jeb is seeing life. It's pretty sweet. Alright. I want to actually get a shot of this. Because that's pretty sweet. Thank you, Steam, for that loud screenshot sound. Oh, that's beautiful too. I want shots of... That's ugly. I want shots of almost everything. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, let's get out of here. Thank you. Alright, so I need to watch if anything's overheating. We're coming back into the atmosphere. Pretty hot and hard. I have these air bricks I can still deploy. Just gotta make sure I don't burn those up. Otherwise, we're in a lot more trouble than we should be in. So let's take a look at our thermal cam. You can see here, we have quite a bit of overheating going on. Hey, thank you! Prograde. For some reason, my controls disappeared. That was kind of weird. Huh, I wonder what that's all about. Okay, so here's our temperature overlay. We have a lot of heat up front. We're starting to bright white glow there. And everything else is a nice yellow or red, which is acceptable for me. What's surprising is that these still are not burning up. They're actually staying pretty cool. So I guess that these are actually deflecting all that heat, even though it's a straight tube going in. That's pretty interesting. I would not have guessed that. Anyone else? Anyone else? No? No? Alright, so I'm not thinking we're going to make... I did not think we were going to make that. We're going to have a desert landing today. I have not tested this one in space, so I didn't know how far to overshoot this one. Alright. Coming in pretty good. We still have no real overheating going on. This is actually surprising because I would have thought that some additional parts should be overheating by now, but it's not. So this is a good little study in how it's all going to work out for me. Now I'm kind of nervous to get out of my prograde drop until I am a little further down. We're starting to cool down some here, which means we're starting to slow down. I can go ahead and kick myself back up here. Let's get rid of this. I don't need that anymore. How we're looking intake air-wise, we have good flow. We can kick on our engines. Whoa! And see if we can control this bird here. There we go. Alright, so we need to get further down before we can land. And hopefully we can land somewhere where it's nice and flat. The desert's a pretty cool place to land because there's cacti, and the cacti are cool. And you don't oftentimes get to go and play in the desert. I really wish they had like sand dunes and stuff you could play around in. That would be awesome. But I'm asking a lot out of a space simulator to simulate all the stuff on land. You know, that's a bit much there. So as we get down into the lower atmosphere, we should get a lot of our lift back. You see right now we are plummeting hard, but we have our lift dead center of our craft, which allows us to do all of our fancy yaw like we were doing before. Alright, still coming down hard. I can probably cut back on that throttle a lot. And we need to find a spot that we want to land on. I'm pretty confident with these wheels, my wheel configuration, that I can land almost anywhere. So I am going to pick a spot, drop my gear, and pray for the best. Alright. This looks good to me. Now, I actually have this here because if you notice here, you don't have your option to have CurbNet showing. And I wanted quick access to CurbNet. And in case I get away from my aircraft, I can actually stop it. So I can go here and access CurbNet and see exactly where I'm at. So that's why I have my RGU on this aircraft. Alright, let's get rid of that. Let's go back to our full view here. You can't really see very much. Well, I can tell you one thing. We're on Kerbal and we're in the deserts. If that tells you anything. Alright, let's lift ourselves up a bit. So we actually can maintain our flight. Unfortunately, we don't have enough fuel to fly all the way back to Kerbal. Otherwise, I would. And that would be another long flight that would probably just be maddening anyway. But I am pretty confident to settle this thing down somewhere in these dunes here. Alright. I guess this looks flat enough. Flat enough for me. We're going to get nice and low and then see how everything looks. You see all the little cacti popping up? That's the coolest thing, I swear. I like the desert because of the cacti. That's why I don't mind making an emergency landing here. Alright, gear down. And we're going to go for a really light burn here. Just enough so we can maintain a slight vertical. Alright, here we go. Final landing. And touchdown. Brakes. That was a perfect landing. Oh my god. I was a little worried because we're in the hills, to tell you the truth. But that worked beautifully. We're here in the desert secure, and our aircraft is touched down successfully. Of course, I completely undershot my landing back at the base, but that is okay with me because this mission was a complete success. Now, Jeb can jump out, press his bum against a cactus or something, whatever floats his boat. He'd still laugh and be happy. It doesn't matter. But if you like what you see, and hit that like button, drop me in the comment. Let me know what you think. What concerns have you had so far with version 1.2? Remember, this is all still in test, so if you run into a bug, definitely let Squad know. And you know what? Drop me into some comments. Let me know what your favorite new thing is in 1.2, and what is your main concern with 1.2 as well. We all know that mods are coming, so mods are excluded. So for now, I'm gonna get on out of here. If you like what you're seeing, hit that like button, drop me in the comment, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. For now, it's your boy Jatwan, I'm out. Peace. God. God. Holy crap, that was way too close. Whoa. How's that for recovery?